Cafe Networking podcast promotes successful business experts. I'm Tom Rioch, known as the King of Networking, connecting people throughout the world from my podcast studio in Brazil. Joining us today from Fort Wayne, Indiana, Barry LaBov, President and CEO of LaBov and Beyond Marketing Communications, helping companies increase the value of their brands, products, and services, empower and engage their employees, align overall company strategies to gain market share. So Barry, why is brand differentiation more important today than ever?
Tom, thank you so much. I follow your show. I love it. So it's a pleasure and honor to be here today. Here's what's most important from my standpoint as far as differentiation. Today, we live in a commodity-based world. And many of your listeners are either being pressured by clients or even competitors to be commoditized, or they're internally looking at how do we cheapen, how do we cut corners, whatever. What I have found in the decades of success that we've had with working with great clients like Audi, Harley Davidson, Macallan Scotch, et cetera, is that you need to, whether you're a small company or a large one, look for what makes you distinct. What do you do that's unique? What do you, how do you manufacture or how do you service in a unique way? Now, to your listeners, that does not mean are you superior in every way? It is what makes you unique. Why do you do what you do in that distinctive way? And part of why it is more important today is that, yes, we are pressured in a very much commodity-based world, but here's where it gets really powerful. It's not just to increase your market share and sales when you differentiate. It's to do something just as important, or I would suggest more important. It's to win the hearts and minds of the people who build your product, service your product, sell your product. We must today give our employees, could be our dealers, our service network, whoever it is, Tom, worldwide, we must give them a reason to feel that what they're doing for your company actually has a meaning, that it has significance. You're not just a robot going through the paces, providing something that has no value. You're doing something that has meaning. That's why it's so important today to identify your differentiation and then celebrate it with the people who are behind the product, starting with your employees.
And that's, unfortunately, I would say, you talk about the commodity world out there, it all does seem to be vanilla ice cream. And,
it does.
You know, to stand out or to be found today, we need to be found. And once we are found, it's to your point, we still hope to be found by a person. We hope to engage with real people. There could be robots and mechanisms that will help that happen. But at the end of the day, you want somebody, and you want somebody that really understands what they're offering. And they need to stand for whatever the company stands for.
You're exactly right. And here's the reality. The reality is, yes, we're buying things every day. Your customers are buying things. But if you're nothing different than what your competitors are, we know what it's all down to. It's down to price. You got to be the cheapest. And then everybody, when you reduce your price and all of a sudden you're cutting corners, you're no longer even as good as your competitors. Right. So what we must do is realize there are a few things. We normally, at our company, we will find 3 to 5 unique differentiators that our clients have. And most of the time, they're right in front of them. They don't even see them. They don't realize it because they're used to it.
Right.
We identify them. We name them. We give them a meaning. We help promote them. And as I said, we then urge every one of our clients to celebrate with their employees first, because this is why we're doing what we're doing. And no one in the world does this or that. Now, a lot of people do these other things, and so do we. But you know why? We do this and this and that, and this is why we do it. And you know what? We should celebrate this. Right. We should be proud of this. And that's what it's all about, because realize people are struggling, leaders are struggling with holding on to their employees. Right. So retention is tough.
This is all worldwide.
It is worldwide. And worldwide, how many companies are complaining about quality control problems? Well, if you don't believe as an employee that what you're doing has any meaning, why do a high quality job? I mean, who cares, right? So it all comes together that we must differentiate to give significance to our people and to the customers who purchase our product or service.
So really what you do, and your company does, you take the outside view and you carry it inside.
That's exactly right. We will go in, if it's a manufacturer, we'll go into their manufacturing facilities with a technical immersion team from my company, and we will identify what they're doing that's unique. And in some cases, they will be stunned. They'll go, my gosh, we've been doing that for 40 years. I didn't even realize it. It is amazing. It is unique. And that's what we do. So we never tell a client, hey, you need to start creating these unique things. We discover what they're doing.
Find them, right? They're there.
They are there. It's a gold mine. We walk through the gold mine. We find a few nuggets and we say, okay, focus on these nuggets, celebrate them internally, and then promote them to the world.
Well, I agree with you. We've seen that over and over because within a company, I've been part of companies, you create that comfort zone. You sort of adjust to what is working, and you keep taking that forward. You keep adjusting the competition, as you said. It becomes more challenging when companies, one is buying out the other. So you have a meltdown or a melt in or a melt out of identities. And so you have to recreate some, find uniqueness where maybe people haven't even seen it before.
You know, if you think about it, I work with companies that have been in business for 5 years, or one of them is 212 years. Okay, so we have a number of clients who've been in business for over a century. And one thing we shared with them when we go through their technical immersion in their plants and manufacturing and service facilities, and they're talking very negatively about their own business. They're going, well, we're not that special. We're not that unique. And we go, now, wait a minute. You have survived 2 world wars, dozens of recessions, and the last pandemic we just went through isn't even your first pandemic for your business. You know what? You must be doing something unique and valuable. And they go,
any
you know what?
company today over 200 years is unique.
Right. But, you know, you think about it, even a company in business for 10 years, 16 out of 17 companies go out of business by 10 years. Okay. You must be doing something well if you've made it even 10 years. So we look at what are you doing? We discover it and then we amplify it.
Very good. Well, how can our listeners find you, Barry? How can they find your inside?
Well, you know what? Here's what I would love. Check out 2 sites. One is my company site. So it's LAB as in boy, O, V as in Victor. So it's LaBov, LABOV.com. And check out my personal site, which is BarryLaBov.com. And feel free to leave me a message and we can have conversation. It doesn't have to be a transactional discussion. It can be, hey, what about this? Or what do you know about whatever? I have a book coming out in the next 3 months on Simon & Schuster distribution. So when you get to the site, the book is called The Power of Differentiation. The subtitle is Win Hearts, Minds, and Market Share. Leave a message for me, and what I'll do is I'll put you on our mailing list. I'll let you know when the book is out, and we'll have a special offer for you.
Very good. Well, thanks for being here, Barry.
Tom, thank you for this show. I love that it's a quick burst of inspiration. I think it's fantastic.
Oh, thank you. Good feedback. And also for our listeners, again, it's Barry LaBov, B-A-R-R-Y, the last name L-A-B-O-V. Find him at BarryLaBov.com. You find him on LinkedIn and TikTok. And on LinkedIn, you'll see the banner which covers the power of differentiation. So talk to Barry. Cafe Network is brought to us by Focus MI Market Intelligence, an agricultural market research specialist in Brazil. More information at FOCUSMI.com. Talk to Tom, talk to the world. Thanks for listening. Until the next time here at Cafe and Networking Podcast.